We've just arrived at St. Mary's Church. This is here in Rockville, Maryland. And this graveyard here next to the church is the final resting place of F. Scott Fitzgerald. So we're going to come and check out this gravesite and see what it looks like. This is a little chapel that's right next to the graveyard where F. Scott Fitzgerald is buried. The original parish church of St. Mary's. 1817. This building has been here since 1817. Holy moly. That is a very long time. So this is the grave of F. Scott Fitzgerald and his wife Zelda, both buried here. Well, he was buried here in 1940 and she died in 1948. And on the stone here it says, it looks like it's a line from The Great Gatsby. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. The Great Gatsby. What's interesting is that F. Scott Fitzgerald was buried, or excuse me, he was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, and lived there in the earlier years of his life. And then at one point his father Edward and mother Mary moved to Maryland, which is where we are now in Rockville. And if you can see here, this isn't his father. By the date on the time that he died, 1855, I would guess that that's maybe his grandfather. But then you have another Fitzgerald here, Cecilia Fitzgerald, John H. Fitzgerald, and here are the grave sites. This is his mother Mary. Mary Fitzgerald is buried here. Edward Fitzgerald is buried right here. So this is kind of a family plot right here. And then over on this side, well, right in front here, is Frances Scott Fitzgerald Smith, and that was F. Scott Fitzgerald's daughter. She is buried here. Another thing that we see that's kind of interesting is we know the cicadas are coming. This is the time of year, or the time, every 17 years these cicadas emerge out of the ground. It only happens once every 17 years. And we came to look here, and it looks like these are some shells, and you can see several of them that are just attached to the side of this here. There's a few of them here. I don't know if these are the cicadas or not, but those cicadas are supposed to be emerging any time now. They're supposed to be any time popping up. Let's see, I'm stuck here. Here's a living cicada right here, walking along this thing.
Imagine when they were buried, this is probably like that.
Uh-oh, squaring up on me. Hello everybody, it is the following day. This is day 3 of my Washington DC / Virginia / Maryland adventure. And we are downtown DC. Thought we'd hit some of the monuments today. We hit some, I guess, lesser known places in the last couple of days, probably not including that big museum out there in Chantilly, but you know, I'd never heard of it before. But it was a giant place. It had all kinds of really nice historical things in it. But downtown, you know, we're gonna try to get down to where the Washington Monument is, hit the Lincoln Memorial. Right here we are at the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, but unfortunately the Thomas Jefferson Memorial is under repair. They're doing some dome cleaning and roof replacement, so there is scaffolding. There's scaffolding all over it here, and so you don't really get like the beautiful view of it. So I'll show you what it looks like. Apparently you can go inside, so we're gonna head in, but let's See what it looks like with all this lovely scaffolding all over the front. Okay, let's head in, check it out, see what it looks like on the inside. It's been a long time. It's probably been 25 years since I've been inside of this thing, so it's gonna be almost like a brand new experience for me. So we'll go inside and check it out right now. Well, there's Thomas Jefferson. This is pretty cool. So just below the dome area, there is writing, assuming a quote from Thomas Jefferson himself. It says, "I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man." I didn't see the White House over there. So coming out of the Jefferson Memorial, you can see across the waterway there. See the White House. White House is straight ahead there, right there. So before we hit the Lincoln Memorial across the street, we decided we were gonna stop and check out the Vietnam Memorial right here. This is what it looks like as you're walking down towards it. Let's go take a look at those statues over there. Vietnam War Memorial. On these plaques here, it has a listing of every soldier that died during the Vietnam War. And there's just, pick these up, there's just name after name after name after name after name. And it goes all the way down to the end here, and then continues on all the way down to the end over there. One of these names is engraved in here. There's 58,000 people. 58,000 people listed on this wall, on this memorial here. And you can see down there, as the wall goes on, you just see name after name after name after name after name. It's really a somber spot. Here it is, the front of the Lincoln Memorial. As you can see from the people that are up there on the steps, I mean, this is a very large monument here. And when you get inside and you see the size of Lincoln himself, it's huge. He's huge. And this sits here at the end of the Capitol Mall. And you can see down at the end there, that body of water right there is referred to as the reflecting pool, and you can see why. You can see the the Washington Monument reflecting in there, and you can see behind the Washington Monument there is the Capitol building. to the Capitol building, Washington Monument, and then down on this very end here is the Lincoln Memorial. There's my dad sitting there. I'm waving at him to see. There he goes. He saw me. All right, let's head up into this thing. You can see Lincoln already up there in the inside of the building there. Construction on the Lincoln Memorial started in 1914 and it was completed in 1922. So it took 8 years to complete the construction of this monument. This place is huge on the inside. Up above him it says, "In this temple, as in the hearts of the people for whom he saved, the Union, the memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever." So the statue part of, well, the Lincoln part of it from head to foot is 19 feet tall. And then the pedestal that it sits on is 10 feet tall. So that would be a total of 29 feet from the bottom of the pedestal, there to the top of his head. So the weight of the statue is 175 short tons. According to Wikipedia, a short ton is 2,000 pounds. So 175 times 2,000 is the weight of this statue from the bottom of the pedestal here to the top of his head. The full thing there. That's pretty dang heavy. All made of marble. Here we are on the back side of the Lincoln Memorial. What's that?
Oh, that's great. That's.
What do you like about it?
I just like the view. I like the Memorial Bridge.
What bridge is that, by the way?
Memorial Bridge.
That's the Memorial Bridge.
You want to see Arlington Cemetery?
We're making our way over to the Washington Monument here. Just gotta figure out how we're gonna get across the street. Try to get a good shot of it here while I have the sun behind this tree right here. There it is. Washington Monument. This thing stands 550 feet in height, and at the base, the walls are 15 feet thick. That is pretty dang thick. The bottom section here, as opposed to the very top section where you look at how it gets very narrow really quickly, the bottom section here is referred to as an obelisk. And that first part of it, which is the majority of it, stands 500 feet. And then the top part where it gets to the, it's called a pyramidion, and that's the last section of it, is 55 feet in height. Construction began on it in 1848 and actually was halted in 1854 due to lack of funding. It actually sat there unfinished for 23 years until they picked it up again. I guess they started it up in 1877 and finished it up in 1884. So it took what, 48, 58, 68, 78, 35 years to make this thing total. Roughly 35 years to make it. But it's very impressive, very cool. I wish it was open. I would love to go inside of it. I've been to the top of it before, many years ago. There's 50 flags surrounding this. You can only assume that each one of these flags must represent a state in the United States, because there are 50 of them. In fact, each one of the flagpoles is numbered. You can see here, 47, 48, 49, 50, and then it starts back at 1 again. Well, you can see all the fences around it. It says that the area is closed, so the barriers are still up. You are not able to get up to the Capitol building. But I think we're closer than I was expecting to get, to be honest. Well, I was able to get out of the car and get a little bit closer to it. I'm gonna see if I can walk across this little street here and get an angle from over here. Got a statue here of James Garfield, 1831 to 1881, and unfortunately he's got a bird on his head, and the bird has managed to poop on his head. It's kind of a bummer, but yeah, James Garfield. But back behind James Garfield here is the this is the United States Capitol building right here. This is the front side of the building here. When we were driving past it a few minutes ago, that was on the back side. This here is the front side. It's a very majestic building. It truly is. Maybe one of these days, you know, they'll open it up again and people will be able to get inside and take a look around. I've been in it before, many years ago, you know. But unfortunately, you can't get in there, not now. So what we are looking at here, this statue here, is of Grant, Ulysses S. Grant. That's really cool. Statue of this Ulysses Grant. You got these lions on every corner of it, and then back behind that is the Capitol building. I love it out here. This is Washington D.C. is really just it's a very beautiful place. There's just no getting around it. It's a very beautiful place. Good morning, everybody. This is oh, all right, let me start this again. Good morning, everybody. This is day 5 of my adventure up to Virginia and DC and Maryland, and I am on my way home now. This is last day. I will be home today. I'm on my way home, and I see a sign on the freeway for a museum, and I could not possibly pass up the opportunity to check out this museum. So I am here in the parking lot here. I'm going to show you the sign of COOTER'S Dukes of Hazzard Museum. Yeah, there's no way I was passing this one up. I'm getting ready to enter into the museum here, and out front they have a couple of the cars from the show here. This is a Hazzard County Sheriff's vehicle here. With Boss Hogg and Roscoe P. Coltrane in the window. And of course, there is a General Lee here. Check this out. This is an official stunt car. Well, for COOTER'S Last Stand 2017 and Good Old Boys Festival 2019. Wait a minute. Why does that have a Ford steering wheel on it? Something fishy going on here. Is this a Ford made to look like a dang Dodge? Oh my God, the General Lee. Such a cool car. And here is the truck for COOTER'S garage. Oh, I would have never expected. I knew about this place. I heard of one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, but I had no idea there was one here in Virginia. So when I saw this sign, I'm like, yep, you gotta go check that out. So I'm inside the Dukes of Hazzard Museum here, and there's all kinds of good memorabilia. I'm just gonna kind of go around here and show what's here. Dukes of Hazzard guitars. Oh, some Dukes of Hazzard, like Hot Wheels style toys. I wish these things were for sale. I would definitely buy one if I could. Oh wow, look at that. Generally. Oh, that's cool. Let's get up from this angle here. Let's see. Oh, check this out. Look at all these toys over here. They don't sell these anymore. Anything that has the Confederate flag on top of it is not really socially acceptable anymore. So unfortunately, these toys aren't available. It's too bad because as a kid, this was a TV show that I really enjoyed watching. You know, I mean, I spent hours watching the Dukes of Hazzard, watching the Dukes of Hazzard show, and you have to buy it now if you want to watch it. Oh, here's another General Lee in here. Check this out. There is Daisy Duke's Jeep right there. This is Dixie on it. In fact, there's a cardboard cutout of Daisy Duke right there in the passenger seat. This the Gray Ghost. What is that? What does that say on the side? Is this a champion? I better keep my voice up because there is some music playing in the background and I do not want to be busted for a copyright infringement for the music. That's a Studebaker. That's what that is. It's a Studebaker. But here is a much nicer, more of a mint condition looking General Lee right here. Much better condition than the first one that was on the outside. Very cool. What's like inside here? Oh. Wow, look at that. Excellent condition, this vehicle right here. And I believe this one is actually a Dodge. It is. That one that was out front looks like it might have been some Dodge fenders and the sheet metal put onto a some sort of a Ford. And here's Boss Hogg's Cadillac. Check that thing out. Big steer horns on the front. Very cool. Automobile right there. Look at these. There's Boss One. Hazzard County Boss One. That's where we are now. It's a cool picture. This museum is in Luray, Virginia. Well, that was a neat little place to go check out. They have a little shop in there. You can buy, you know, trinkets, t-shirts, hats, mugs, stickers, license plates, you know, all kinds of little things that you could purchase in there. And then in the back of the place, back in that section over there, there's a much nicer generally. There is a Dixie's, or excuse me, Daisy's what is it, Jeep called Dixie. Oh, Daisy's Jeep Dixie is in there. Boss Hogg's vehicle is in there. Just a neat little place. I got a couple little things here just as a souvenir. Got an 01 sticker, of course. And then I got a, I wonder if it'll go off. I got a couple little trinkets while I was in there. I try to get little stickers everywhere I go. So I got a General Lee sticker, and then I got a this little thing that makes the noise. So awesome, man. COOTER'S. Okay, so if you're ever in Luray or passing by Luray, definitely stop at COOTER'S, the Dukes of Hazzard Museum. If you like the show, it's a great little place to stop.